Hi, everyone. My name is Georgette True, and I am the host of Fight CPS with Miss G. And I have my lovely co host, Miss Stacy, my
Hi,
baby.
Miss G.
Hi, baby. Mwah. Um, so, we're going to talk to you guys about a few things, but I want to start with this, okay? There's a young lady from Canada that called me, Toronto. She's a beautiful young lady. I'm trying to, I talked to her and joining the show with us when she feels ready. She had two kids when she was 17 and 18, but she had the kids with a Christian man, and her mom is Muslim. And um, her mom called CPS to remove the kids from her. And now the kids are, 19 years old and 18 years old. And she sounded so lovely, so beautiful, so amazing. Um, and she's trying to locate her kids. And a part of her is terrified because she's afraid to disappoint them. And it's unfortunate. This is not even a domestic violence case or anything like that, other than the grandmother didn't want her to have kids with a Christian man, and that's pretty much it. And I feel I literally, after the call, I cried, and that's why I was late to the show. I was crying, like,
Oh,
about the situation, because she sounded so sweet and so loving. And it's unfortunate that stuff like this happens, but there's tragedies every single day in life, and I do pray to God that she finds her children, or that her children finds her, and to see what an amazing mom she is and what an amazing person she is. And my heart really truly goes out to her. We have another case where parents are calling me. Their case is going towards TPR, termination of parental rights. They are told that if they um, plead guilty, their attorney is convincing them, the attorneys are convincing them to plead guilty to get their children back. And if you plead guilty, and I was on the call with Davis and that non-client, and Davis told him, do not plead guilty, even if they tell you you're going to get your children back, because why would they give you your kids back if you plead guilty? Because if you plead guilty, that means you're guilty. You don't have rights to your children. You're literally admitting to the faults or whatever accusation they're accusing you of.
Miss G,
Yeah, go ahead,
can I
baby.
can I add to this? I've been court watching a case for a couple of years now, and it's where the parents are learning disabled, and CPS snatched their beautiful children. One died in foster care. Another one was sent to an abusive home, and they had to take the child out of that foster situation, put the child in a different one. And they had a new baby since these tragic events, and they're being told to just sign the TPR and they'll make sure that the parents have access. And they're learning disabled, so they're vulnerable, and the parents are kind of believing this. And so I just wanted to add to the same thing you're saying. It's said all over they do this, and it's bait and switch. They bait you to sign it. Once you sign it, then all they have to say is, oh, so and so, they were seen, um, you know, dragging children down the sidewalk, and just make some false allegation, and you'll never see your kids again. They'll just manufacture something. So it's a bait and switch. Don't plead guilty to something you didn't do. Don't sign your rights away, because if it's really true, like Miss G is saying, if it's really true that you can see your children, you can really see your children if you're not guilty to something. And even if there's a TPR and the family is willing to have you see the children, they're going to let you see the children whether you signed right away or you got the TPR and you're allowed to still have access and see each other. So they're just trying to make their jobs easy and get you to fold quickly and sign over with this false promise of seeing your kids.
And that is very true what you just said right now. And unfortunately, we're getting a lot of calls like that. And when I explain to them how much it's going to cost to fight the case, They think it's too much money, but what they don't understand is that you're fighting the state, the county, the state attorney, the county attorneys, the children attorneys, depending on how many kids you have. Believe it or not, each child gets an attorney.
Well, you're going to lose your money anyway because they're going to come after you for child support too.
Yep, they're
For
gonna
a
come
child,
after you,
for a child you'll never see.
that you will never see, and they will come. They will make you get a job. And there is a non-client also that called us, and I think I spoke to Stacy about this, where she said that she collects Social Security and they're garnishing her money. And um, I think I don't remember. I don't recall. Was did I ask Davis? I think I did ask Davis, and he said they can't go after her if she's collecting Social Security, meaning they cannot take the money that she gets for Social Security towards child support. I think that's what he said. But I think Stacy and I had to research that, right? Stacy, do you
Yeah,
remember?
we did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. So there's a
So,
lot of, yeah. Go ahead, Stacy. I
so
think
it's
it.
going to cost you, or it's going to cost you. So you might as well fight for your child and pay for your child that's in your home versus, pay all this money into strangers' family to take care of your children. And care is used lightly. You there, Miss G?
Oh, well, my bad. I was talking, but I muted myself. Okay. I wanted to bring awareness to, and Stacy, you have a lot of background. Something is going on background. What's going on?
Oh, do I? I don't know. I'll put my microphone off.
Okay. So I want to bring something to your attention, you guys. When the social workers tell you that their recommendation is TPR, which is termination of your parental rights, please don't take that as they are God on earth. You know, they're demonic. They have a different God, but not the real God. Okay, so their God is the devil. So what they do is they use strategy with you. They inflict pain on you. They trick you. They say things to you that's not true. But if you have a good CPS defense attorney, please do not listen to what they say. Do not react to what they say. You need immediately to hire a CPS defense attorney who understands how to fight this type of demonic entities. A social worker cannot make the decision, but they make you think they can make the decision. They do recommend to the judge what they recommend to the judge. Whatever they want to say to the judge, their recommendation is most likely the judge will listen to their recommendation, right? If you do not have a CPS defense attorney, you are losing this case. And I'm being honest with you, because what they do is they trick you, they lie against you, they make you look like you're a criminal when you're not a criminal. And they literally make sure that the judge sides with them. And oftentimes the judges do side with them because the judges also gets from that money, from the Fed money. He or she will also have job security. So you guys have to understand, it's like working together as a team, right? But it's like a kangaroo court, right? They act like they're on your side, but then they're not on your side because they want you to plead guilty. They want you to do this. They want you to do that. Literally, every class they tell you to do is all bogus. You know why? Because they tell you to do this class. If you don't finish your classes, we're gonna remove the kids from you, etc., etc. The kids were removed from you the day they came to your house to remove your kids, or the day they removed the child from the hospital. Either way, those kids were put in adoptive home. Adoptive home that wants to adopt this particular child, this particular age of the child, okay, this particular sex of the child, for example. They have several homes. They have adoptive home, placement home, and a um, temporary placement home. So you have three foster homes. You guys have to keep in mind, they're already 200 steps ahead of you. You're not on stage one because they're already 200 steps ahead of you. So they know they're going to adopt your children. They know where they're going to put your children. They know it. Okay. Also, keep in mind that oftentimes judges themselves own group homes. Group homes are owned by judges. When the child is a preteen or a teenager, they put these children in a group home. And please, I'm begging you, do not wait till the end to hire a CPS defense attorney. Social workers are not to be trusted at all. There is no 50% chance, 30% chance, 10% chance, 80%. I'll go higher, 80% chance. No such thing. They already know where they're going to put your children before they remove your children. As God is my witness, I'm telling you the God honest truth. And my biggest passion and my biggest, like, seriously, challenge is to make sure that all children are returned to their parents. And when I speak to you guys, I literally tell you guys the truth because I want you guys to succeed and get your children back. Do not look like you can't, you do not look like you're half dead when you go to court. You have to make sure that you sleep well without drugs involved, that you eat well, and you have a healthy life. Because once you go to court, the judge will judge you based on your appearance as well. Do not look dead like you're about to die because your children are not with you. You have to remain strong. You want to cry, cry after court. Punch the wall if you have to. But you have to control your mouth. You have to control your thoughts. You have to control how you appear. Because they want you to break. Their goal, CPS goal, is to break you, to make you crippled to the point where you can't fight for yourself. You can't stand up for yourself. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is key, guys. Therefore, if you don't have knowledge and you don't have wisdom, you don't have discernment, you don't have God, what do you have? I'm telling you this because you guys need to wise up. Getting enough sleep is a must, even though it's hard to sleep when you have your children stripped away from you. I get that. But put your trust in God and also understand this. When you have a CPS defense attorney, pray over your attorney, pray over the judges, pray over the social workers, even though it's so hard, but pray over them by name. And I'm telling you right now, God will use that CPS defense attorney that you hired, and he will speak through them. I'm telling you this because I seriously and truly doing this because I want to help each and every one of you. But you have to start by taking care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of everything that will help you stand on your own 2 feet. Do not be aggressive. Think before you speak. Do not roll your eyes in court. Do not look like you just woke out of bed. Stand still, be firm, and keep your eyes on the judge. If the social worker or the children attorney said something that's a lie, which is 100% of the time, they're going to lie. They're going to accuse you of things you didn't do. Do not um, have eye contact with them. In court, do not. I'm telling you, do not have eye contact with them. Keep your eyes fixated on the judge. Um, a good friend of mine, I think I spoke about her to you guys before. She's my junior high, actually. We went to junior high together and we've known each other for years. Her father is a judge. And I can't tell you where, what state, but he's been coaching me and guiding me on a lot of things. Keep your eyes on the judge. Do not react. Do not, I'm telling you right now, do not react when they lie against you. Remember this. We are passionate people like us. We have a heart. We have compassion. We have love. When you're lied against, your first defense is reacting towards the lie, right? It's like, how dare you say this? Like, why are you saying this? I've been good to you, blah, 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 blah. But in court, they see the defense as guilt. Remember that. It's always the opposite. They see whatever it is as the opposite of what it is. I don't know how to explain it better, but that's the best way I can. They,
I was a witness in this case with the learning disabled couple,
mhm,
and they accused them of forging a document to say that it was safe for their baby to have Neosporin on their finger if the baby put their finger in their mouth. And they accused them of forgery and went and had the pharmacist say that this was a forged document, but it wasn't. Um, I'm a physician assistant myself, so in a way, I was witness to the whole situation, and it was not a forged document. But they did this to make this honest, learning disabled couple appear as criminals.
see, and it
That's what
happens.
they do.
It
They
happens.
manufacture lies.
Exactly. So when you react towards the lies, right, in court, they're gonna see that as you're guilty, right? They're gonna see that as you're guilty. But in real life, a person that doesn't react, and they're cold when you ask them why they did what they did, they're cold because they're liars. I'm being honest. But in court, it's the opposite. In
Callous.
court, right? Am I in court is the opposite. They see your actions towards their disrespect towards you and their lies towards you as guilt. As guilt. Okay. And then they judge you on when you react. But that's why her father told me, keep your eyes on the judge. Pretending I am the parent. And Stacy is the judge, and you guys are the judge. And I'm looking at you. I'm in court. You guys see me on camera. I'm in court. And then, say the social worker or whoever said the mother is guilty. The mother failed to see the child. The mother never showed up to her visitations, etc., which is all a lie. And then, as soon as the social worker or whoever says that, in front of you guys, I turn around. I'm like, and then I do this. That's not good. That's not good. Rolling your eyes, looking at them, like, talking under your breath and cussing them out, all that. It's shaking your head. It's not going to show the judge that you're innocent. It's not, because you took your eyes away from the judge and you're focused on the lies that they're saying about you. Okay. But a good defense attorney, CPS defense attorney, will be able to have evidence submitted in court before that social worker or that person open their mouth. Right. If you really think about it, a CPS defense attorney will request the daily log, the social worker's daily log. Before the hearing, way before the next hearing, he or she will look at the log, right? See what they wrote down on the log. Will also focus on pinpointing, like having evidence, talking to the parents, asking them for evidence based on what the logs, what the social worker wrote. Hey, Miss So and so, did you show up on the visit on May 12th? The social worker wrote down on line 14 that you never showed up to the visit. You never, and if you did show up to the visit before, you never took food for the children, all that. But then the mother is like, no, that's not true. I went to the visit. Here is the receipt for the parking, if you had to pay parking, or here is, I took a video of the children, or I took a picture of the children. I took a picture of the building. All that is important to carry with you as evidence. Make sure that you're ahead of them, not them ahead of you. You need to be able, even though that the burden is on the social worker to show that you are the perpetrator or you are the bad parent, they should have the burden of proof is on them. It's not on you. But you need to have backup where you're protecting yourself, because everything they're going to say is going to be a lie. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Please, please, please keep that in mind. Carry every receipt you have. Carry every parking ticket you have. I mean, parking, the tickets you get when you enter the parking. If you have to park in the CPS building, take pictures of the building when you're outside the building before you enter the building. Okay, that's proof that you were there. If they allow you to take pictures of the children, take pictures of the children. Also, make sure you have a journal where you write down the date, the time you were there, what the monitor social worker was wearing. If she was wearing black pants, a brooch on her, or whatever, anything that color, black shirt, blue pants, or black pants, blue shirt. She had a flower on her jacket. She African American. She had braids on her hair, or she had blonde hair, or she had red hair. Describe who was there, because if you were not there, you would not be able to have a clear description of what you brought to the children, who was there monitoring the visits, etc., etc. Okay. Keep in mind, any demonic entity will be ahead of you 100% of the time. Because when their job security is stealing your children from you to make a buck, they're going to make sure that you lose, that you are held accountable for something you haven't done. I don't know where Stacy is, but she's gone. I'm texting her now. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, make sure. Oh, she lost service. Oh, come, Stacy. Really? Come on. Okay, she's trying again. Um, when a social worker speaks with you during the visitation, please do not speak back to them. With all due respect, Miss So and So, I'm having a visit with my children. If you have any questions for me, please address it to me after the visit. See how that sounds like? Some of our clients, before they hire us, they would say things like, I told the social worker, F you, don't bother me. Ah, da, 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 da. Other ones would say to me, well, I told the social worker that my ex-husband is the reason why we're here. And I said, I asked them, did you say this during the visit? They say, yes, we said this during the visit. Do not let them trap you during the visit, because once they trap you during the visit to speak about your case, they're not going to say, oh, I'm so sorry. No, they're going to write down that the mother was not paying attention to her children. She was too busy talking about her case. I kid you not. This is true story. Stacy, have you ever dealt with that?
They just want to be they just want to be nasty at every turn because it financially benefits them to hate on you and write terrible things and just think of something that's
Correct. Correct. But don't give them a chance. Don't give them a chance. Do not give them a reason to hold against you, because it's better to be quiet than to open your mouth. Because when you're an emotional parent, once you open your mouth, you're going to have diarrhea in the mouth. And you're going to say things you're going to regret later. And believe me, I have diarrhea in the mouth too when I'm emotional, and when I see injustice in front of me, when I see people hurting people intentionally, lying against them, I become emotional. I have diarrhea in the mouth, but I have great people, with me. Like I have Stacy, I have my other friends, I have amazing coworkers that level me, when I'm angry about lies and deception and all this. Because my biggest thing is love one another, protect one another. But unfortunately, you can't love evil, right? Because they're evil. People who are evil, they're evil. They're not going to change unless they're willing to change. But you have to make sure that you
their
control
empathy.
how, right, you control your own actions. I learned that the hard way. Controlling your actions um, towards somebody who's inflicting pain on you would actually better you in the long run, because that person hates the fact that you can control yourself. They want you to lose yourself. Once you lose yourself, then they can point the finger at you and say, you're you're crazy, and everybody will see that you're crazy because you opened that door to yourself. So don't allow it. And the reason, more so when they have children, when you guys are dealing with your children in court, it becomes worse than that. You're dealing with sociopathic, narcissistic individuals from the judge down, baby. And let me say something, they literally destroy you before you even realize you're being destroyed. And we've all seen this. I've seen it. I'm older than Stacy, and let me just say I've been around where I saw the worst kind of injustice that you can ever process. And I'm still standing on my own 2 feet. And it's the grace of God. And I believe that with all my heart. I never resorted to drugs or alcohol or anything like that because I wanted God in control. And I wanted to be in control of myself. So I'm telling you right now, all this narcotic drugs and alcohol and all this is only to um, mute you from moving forward because it keeps you medicated. It keeps you, you can't control yourself. You have no control over you. That narcotic or that alcohol, whatever, it has control over you. You don't have control over it because once it takes over you, that's it. It controls you. And if you have some substance to control you, you're literally a walking dead. I mean, Stacy, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I mean, you can take
No,
over
that's
from here.
it's all a game, Miss G, because you have to you have to look at this just like if you have a job and you go to work, um, and your job is in a car factory to produce 500 engines by the end of your workday. How are you going to be viewed by your employer if you only bring in 32 engines by the end of your workday versus 499 engines versus 500 engines versus 700? And that's how a caseworker operates. They're looking to go and they're looking to make the 700 engines when they come into your house. They're not looking to leave your child at home if they can. They're looking to bring your child out of your home if they can. And there's a big difference between those two statements of if they can, they'll leave your child at home versus if they can, they're taking your child. They're looking to take your child and they're looking for any reason to to get your child. They're looking for your vulnerability if they can fly this one over you. Um, they're looking to see if if you have a little tiny bit of money, can they take advantage of that because then they know you won't get a good attorney. They're looking to see what's your family support system because if they do this, is somebody going to show up at court all the time with you to support you and help you fight? They don't want annoying people like Miss G and me who fight. They want people who roll over and acquiesce to them. And that's what they're sizing you up for when they're in your home. So everything Miss G is saying is right. And they're not looking for reasons to leave your child there. They're looking for reasons to take your child.
Even if you think the social worker is nice, please don't do
Yeah.
that.
They're the
Please don't.
worst.
Mhm.
They're the
They're
worst.
they're tricking nice. They're tricky nice. Um, I've seen there's a couple of police officers that I know in LA County, um, and one of them knows me, obviously, because some of them we went to school together, and they know me through them. Okay, let me put it to you that way. One of them watches my show. And then, of course, he shared it with other police officers as well. So I'm becoming a little bit more noticeable around my area, LA County. Um, the One of the guys that was watching my show, he told me that CPS contacted one of them around 10:30 at night. They that workers the workers asked them that they need escort to go remove a child, and that was in what city was that? I think it was Melrose, if I'm not mistaken. Melrose, yeah. And so the officer asked the workers if they had a court order to do so. The worker said, "Well, we have a court order, but here is the badge. This is my badge. This is my supervisor. Blah 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 blah." And then the officer still again insisted on a court order. They didn't have a court order. What they were distracting the officer was just a badge. We are social workers. We're above you. You better let us. You better come with us, type of thing. But he didn't allow it. He didn't allow it. He said, "Ma'am, go ask the judge to give you an order for removal in order for us to accommodate you." Right? The supervisor was so upset that he told me that she wanted, literally, blood was like about to gush out of her eyes. He said, he literally told me that I'm so scared I'm gonna slip with his name. I'm just trying my to hold myself back without saying his name. But he told me that it's like all he saw was blood in her eyes. That's it. And I guess they left, and then like 3 days later or something like that, um, he hears the news that the family went to the police station. They spoke to the officer, telling them that social workers went to their house illegally. They don't even know if they're social workers or not, or are they scammers? Because you guys hear a lot in the news where social workers, guys, I mean, people pretend they're social workers and they go kidnap the children from the homes. I know you guys heard of that. And they carry like a fake badge and all that. So the parents were concerned. So they went to the police station, asked them if it was legit. They told them that they didn't want to open the door to them, et cetera, et cetera. So most of LA County now, cops know that social workers are doing illegal crap. And that's a good thing, because the word is going around. The word is literally going around now. So the officers, cops, don't know, the whole scam of CPS. So before, they had to follow the police station, that station's guidelines when it comes to social workers. And oftentimes the captain will say, if it's a social worker, don't ask him for a court order, just go with them. But it's not the law. It's not the law. You have to make sure they have a court order. Just because they carry a badge doesn't mean anything. They can't break the law. And if they break the law, then you're enabling them to break the law. Meaning you're enabling the wrongdoing of their actions to break the law instead of standing up to what is right. And that's what we all need to do, stand up for what is right. We cannot turn a blind eye completely away from what is wrong. Because how are we going to make a difference if we're all afraid of what is done wrong? We should not fear wrong. We should stand up to wrong and make them face reality to what is right. Right? If you guys understand where I'm coming from, I hope you do. But we have to stand up to these people. I'm doing the best I can to bring awareness everywhere I go. You guys should do the same. I share my videos now. I share Attorney Davis's book. I take them with me everywhere I go. I swear, I'm not joking. I think I'm down to my last book. Let's see. Yep, I'm down to my last book. I take his books with me everywhere I go. So what I do when I'm in the office, I take several books, and as I go, and I'm passing it around to bring awareness. Whether it's a family law, whether it's CPS, whether it's criminal, people don't understand their rights. And they call us after their rights are already terminated. Once your rights are terminated, your families don't have rights to these children. I'm just, I want all of you guys to bring awareness. And I'm not joking, everywhere. Bring awareness. Stacy,
Yes, Miss G.
are you listening to anything I'm saying?
Yes, I'm listening to you, Miss G.
You're so innocent.
It's
You're so
terrible.
beautiful. I know. Oh my god! No, I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm like bringing the word out there with everyone I know. Like if I tell one of my boys, they will tell their boys, and it will, so on and so on, and the word goes on, to other people to
Miss
bring
G,
awareness. Yeah.
did you want to talk about that? Did you want to talk about that kidnapping case? No?
No, wait. Remind me because I talk all day long to people. I don't know.
Where a social worker paid to get a child?
Oh my God! How can I forget that? Holy God! OMG! I think I should talk about that tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, it's not tomorrow.
It deserves its
Yeah.
own whole show. I agree.
I think it needs a
That's what I was
whole.
anticipating you would talk about today.
You know what? I totally forgot about that because we get new things every day. But on Thursday's show, everyone, please watch that show because it's going to be about a social worker who paid a hitman, two or three hitmen, to kidnap a child from a home, and that's in the United States. And I think when the well, I will tell you about it. But the stepmom made it very easy for the police to find the perpetrators. And I will tell you on Thursday, God willing, and Stacy's going to be with me about the whole trueness of what happened that night. Stacy, um, oops, I can't mute you. Unmute you. I can't unmute you. Okay, here we go.
I got IT issues over here. I keep losing you where you kind of go,
So Thursday is going to be very special. It's about a social worker who gave money to a hitman to kidnap a child from the adoptive stepmom. And by the way, the mother gave them the okay to adopt the child because the mother couldn't get on her own 2 feet. So, anyways, it's going to be interesting because they disclosed who the social worker was, and it's happening everywhere. So, again, yes, Michelle, it's that's crazy. Yep. But what the stepmom did was amazing also. Okay, so I can't wait to talk about this on Thursday. Stacy, is there anything you want to discuss with them on Thursday?
Oh, I always have stuff to add, Miss G.
Okay, let's try to be on time this time. Okay, let's try. Let's try to do this. Um, but don't forget Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hi, Lily. I love you. Uh, Jerica, whose hair is cute? I wanted to know that, but I was talking. I couldn't stop. If Jerica, if you're still there, are you talking about Stacy? Because I literally did not do my hair.
Maybe they want you to wear your hair out.
No, I think she was talking about your hair. And this guy's watching from, wow, I think that's out of the country, right? If I'm not mistaken. Pitbull cats. Oh, pitbull. Oh, it's you, my beautiful animals. That's my animal lover. Not pit bulls and cats. Girl, you better put cats first. Cats and pit bulls. Cats rule the world. Don't you know that? But this is my that's my girl right here. Love her so much. Yeah. So, guys, don't forget to watch 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday. We're gonna discuss that social worker that paid people to steal a child, and Stacy's gonna talk to us about another case of attorney that was arrested in court. I love you more, my little animal lover, my little rat. Okay, so Stacy, are we gonna discuss that attorney that we had on the show before that was arrested recently?
Sure, Miss G.
Yep. So that attorney we're gonna discuss, and also we're gonna discuss the social worker that paid. So please, guys, bring everyone to watch the show on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm gonna let you guys know when Attorney Harris is going to be on the show, and Attorney Michael from New York also as well. So I will give you guys the dates for that on Thursday to let you know when they're going to be on the show, and we can bring New York edition and we can bring Texas edition to watch the show and to get some knowledge from these two attorneys. Okay. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to be part of the show, like on Thursday, if you guys want to be, if you want to call in, you guys can call in at my number. I will post it on the show on Thursday, and you can call that number. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask the questions when you call, or you can write the questions down, whichever you feel comfortable. So, Stacy, Thursday, 1 p.m. We'll see you there, right? You're muted, my love.
Very good.
Stacy.
Thursday at 1 p.m., which is 4 p.m. my time. I'm listening to you.
You crack me up. Oh my god. Okay. You're like, you know what you look like? You look like a little girl that got caught at school cheating. You have that face like,
What?
like,
Miss
ooh,
G.
I'm busted.
You know what? I did that on purpose, Miss G. You know why? Because you talked about people look guilty when they're not, and innocent when they aren't. I planned it.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, that was a good laugh. Thank you. I needed that.
You do. You
I
work
just
so
love
hard, Miss G.
it. I love you, Stacy. I love you so much.
Love you too, Miss G.
All right. So we'll see you on Thursday at 1 o'clock, you guys. Love you guys. Bye. Bye.